Court judgment nullifying APC governorship primaries in Anambra State. On the foreign scene, death toll on typhoon Philippines rises. I am Constance Mega. A decomposing body of a woman has been found in her apartment on Woke Street, Diob axis of Port Harcourt. Our correspondents gathered that the woman, Uchechi, popularly known as Oyibo, was found dead by her neighbor 4 days after her lover disappeared with their 2-year-old daughter. The caretaker of the compound, Chinonye Anurum, says the matter has been reported to the police.
The issue that two of them normally have an issue. You go, you will not go. She was sick before almost 3-4 days. The man did not tell the yard that this lady was sick. It's like the man find out that the lady will give up. He now take the child out of the place. According to information that the man, when he take out the child out of the place, he went to my friend and tell somebody, one of the lady's friend, you should come and check whether if the girl has dead. So in the evening time, Monday morning, and Monday evening, around after 8 to 9, we saw her friend said, it's like a boy is dead. So we went to the house and found out that it's true, that he's dead already.
Meanwhile, the Center for Basic Rights Protection and Accountability Campaign has called on the police to investigate her death. A lawyer with the group, Festus Bonwin, tells correspondent Soibio Ruwari that the sudden disappearance of her lover is suspicious.
Is simply asking the Honorable Commissioner of Police to do a thorough investigation into the sudden disappearance of the man with his 2-year-old daughter who was living with Uchechi, popularly known as Oyibo. And we are appealing to the co-tenants and all other well-meaning citizens to provide useful information to the police that could help in the arrest of the maid lover while we express concern over the safety of the child.
Well, the late woman and the fleeing male lover are from Imo State. Her remains have been taken to a mortuary. Moving on, photos of black-colored feet, palms, cars and houses in River State are flooding social media again. Well, this is as residents of River State renew calls on the federal and state governments to tackle the deadly air pollution in the state. Well, some residents who spoke to our correspondent fear for their well-being.
The black suits, I the experience and well. But we had the thing they pain me. Now say if we talk like this finish, we not see any action. Nobody they farm again for all those villages. If you got those villages now, nothing they happen again. So not be say the government no. The government know everything. But to stop them, no problem. May they stop the thing they very, very bad.
Experience them every day. Sometimes early morning when they come out, if I pull hand for nose like this, everywhere they black and it's very bad. And health-wise it affect. Steady kata. The kata need they go. But they look on to the government, may they stop them.
I am married with kids, so it's even worse for children because you see them struggling to breathe while sleeping. So we keep water beside the bed, so when they start coughing, you give them water to drink. The health hazard that the soot is causing is unquantifiable.
It's been 5 years since the soot was first observed in Port Harcourt. The River State government had said the soot is caused by activities of illegal oil refineries, burning of tires and others, but no known effort is being made by the state government to tackle the soot. The River State Ministry of Environment is still without a commissioner about 9 months after Governor Wike sacked Dr. Iwik Tamuno for allegedly violating the ethics of public service. Well, Dr. Tamuno was sacked while launching an air quality reporting system in the state, and nothing has been heard of the air quality reporting system ever since. Meanwhile, environmentalist Celestina Akpobari has called on Governor Nyesom Wike to appoint a commissioner for environment in the state. Mr. Akpobari spoke to correspondent Martha Okere.
If the environment was serious to the governor, the River State will never stay for 24 hours without an environment commissioner. And even the budget should even show that the environment is important. By now, all the companies, industries that are involved in emitting soot should be invited with immediate effect to see how we can curtail that. Those that we can shut down, we shut down. Those that we cannot shut down for economic reasons, we ask them to see a way they can handle it so that it won't destroy lives.
While the environmentalists scored the River State government zero on efforts to tackle environmental pollution in the last 1 year.
It means that if we behave like this into the new year, then we are doomed forever. But I can tell you that people are dying. And you will think it is hunger or poverty or coronavirus. It is the black suit. It is what we inhale from the environment that is killing us. Zero attention has been paid to environment in Rivers State as far as we are concerned.
The news continues shortly. Stay tuned. The National Agency for the Prohibition of the Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, says the consent of victims does not legalize human trafficking. Speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire, the head of NAPTIP in Port Harcourt, Mwakama Ikediashi, said exploitation remains at the center of human trafficking.
Even in human trafficking, consent is very, very immaterial. That I consented, it's immaterial because it's for the purpose of exploitation. You understand? Because what you presented was not what actually you told me. So you coming to come under, after all, she consented. It's not going to sail through.
Well, she also spoke on what defines human trafficking.
There's recruitment, harboring, transfer, transportations of persons by means of fraud, deception, abuse of power, vulnerability, debts, bondages for the purposes of exploitation. So it amounts to human trafficking.
Well, the head of NAPTIP in Port Harcourt said employing a child below 12 years is prohibited.
Don't employ any person under the age of 12. It's an offense. Before it was 18, 16, then 12 now, because they were trying to put a lot of things into consideration as Africans. You understand? You cannot just see probably a member of the family that needs help and everything and you not render. The makers of the act had to come down to say, okay, 12.
Well, she called on religious organizations to work with NAPTIP to tackle human trafficking.
Usually our sensitizations will carry to the schools, but hopefully by next year we are really going to step it high, going to the higher institutions, because of late we discovered that some of the people that were trafficked externally are graduates. So we'll actually be asking for the corporations of these schools that when we write to them during their students' week, they should oblige us to come sensitize their students about this use of external trafficking.
Well, chairperson of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, in Rivers State, Adata Biobriggs, says the newly commissioned Rivers State Safe Home will improve efforts in tackling gender-based violence in the state. In an interview with our correspondent, Mrs. Biobriggs said the Safe Home is a relief to their daily task of providing shelter for victims of sexual abuse.
It's a milestone. It's a one-stop center for everything concerning victims of violence in all forms. It's something we've been looking for a very long time, and it's the first of its kind in the nation. It contains everything you can think of. There's legal services, there's medical services, there's a school, there's a crèche. Everything you can think of is there. They provide psychological care and all in that center. All you need now, if something happens to someone, you just take that person there. Everything is provided for there. There's a high court, there's a magistrate court, the assessors are there, the family court is there. Everything you need is there.
Well, Mrs. Biobriggs also spoke of the difficulties FIDA encountered before the Safe Home was commissioned.
Previously, some victims do not have where to go to when they are in such situations. Right now, they have where to go to. There's full accommodation provided for. There's a school, there's a crèche for children, for babies. Make access to justice easier for such people. You know that, if I leave this unsafe environment, I have a safe home to go to where everything I need can be provided for the legal care, medical care, psychological.
Still ahead, reaction trails court judgment nullifying APC governorship primaries in Anambra State. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The Senator Andy Uba Governorship Organization says Senator Andy Uba and the APC will appeal the Federal High Court's judgment that nullified the party's governorship primaries in Anambra State. The Justice Inyang Ekwo-led Federal High Court in Abuja today nullified the APC primaries, which saw the emergence of Uba as the party's governorship candidate in the November 6 election. What the judgment means that Uba's participation in the election was void. In business, ahead of Christmas Day this weekend, some boutiques in Port Harcourt say they are recording high sales. However, others complained of low patronage, blaming the situation on the country's economic situation.
Everything is going well. God is control. Everything is going well. Market is going well. Customers from different places, they come. Believe say this season will be the best season since when I start the business.
We thank God. The sales have been okay. All glory to God for the customers, even the ones that are online and the ones that are offline, like they come to the shop. And this year is better than last year.
Sales is very, very dull, and I think I blame it on the economy. That is just it. Unlike last year. By this time, my shop is almost empty. Christmas is this week and people are not shopping.
I can see my shop very slow. Nothing is happening. My boy will be giving me hope. Man, don't worry. This school have not closed. When close, you will see sales. Up to now, nothing. Last year is far better.
In entertainment, singer Omalay's talent manager, Ebika Pere Albert, has assured of adequate security ahead of Omalay's homecoming concert in Port Harcourt this Friday. Mr. Albert spoke in an interview with our correspondent.
The homecoming is happening on Friday, the 24th of December. It's going to be the first time Omale is coming home to perform. I've met with top state officials handling security matters. So I can assure everyone that security is going to be top-notch. The tickets are being sold online. There's a QR code going around just so it's convenient for everybody. And expect a lot of surprises, like top-quality surprises, world-class surprises. 70% of the performance lineup is going to be from Port Harcourt. It's a celebration of not just Omale, but the potential of Port Harcourt's entertainment.
Well, the Omale Live in Port Harcourt homecoming concert will hold on Christmas Eve at the Polo Club in Port Harcourt. In sports, Super Eagles defender Leo Balogu has called for teamwork from his teammates ahead of next year's Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Well, the 33-year-old defender in an interview spoke of the importance of working as a team at the tournament.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Police say at least 375 people have died after a powerful storm struck the Philippines. Super Typhoon Rai, with winds, sent some 400,000 people running for safety when it hit the country's southeastern islands. At least 500 people were injured and 56 others have been reported missing by local police. On the news this evening, you heard that the decomposing body of a woman has been found in her apartment in Port Harcourt. Photos of black-colored feet, hands and homes are flooding social media amid renewed calls for the deadly air pollution in River State to be tackled. The Senator Andy Uba Governorship Organization says Senator Andy Uba and the APC will appeal the Federal High Court's judgment that nullified the party's governorship primaries in Anambra State. On the foreign scene, death toll of typhoon in Philippines has risen to over 300. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Partly cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.
What we do goes beyond bringing you the news. We give you a chance